This is exactly what the Bears needed as they improved to 1-2 on the year with a win over the Dallas Cowboys on Sunday. Welcome to Bears Digest, ladies and gentlemen. I'm your host, Dylan Guinzy. Thank you for joining me once again. If you are not subscribed already, please do so you can get up-to-date news, rumors, information, videos right after the game, just like today. Guys, this was a much-needed win. The offense performed exclusively. Ben was in his bag. Caleb was in his bag. The defense showed up in the big moments and got turnovers. This is exactly what the Bears needed to get the momentum rolling and get the pressure off of their back in this season. Ben Johnson's first win came at home against the Cowboys today, and it was a convincing win to say the least. Let me know down below what you guys think about the game, what you guys thought. What are your takeaways? I want to see all of your guys' reaction to the game as well. I don't think anybody expected a game like this specifically. I would have expected the Cowboys to have been more successful on offense. I thought everything kind of went as planned. The game plan looked solid. Dennis Allen's defense came up big in moments. They played the bend, don't break. We're going to get into that shortly as well. But the Bears took this game 31-14. Caleb Williams had a phenomenal day, 68% completion percentage, 298 passing yards, 4 touchdowns. If that game would have been closer, that could have been even more, and it could have been even more dangerous for the Cowboys defense. Caleb was confident. He was running the plays as called. He did not get sacked once. It was an absolutely phenomenal performance against a subpar Matt Eberflus defense. Wherever heard that before, I love it. Sounds amazing. We absolutely throttled Matt Eberflus's defense, and it was impeccable. An amazing game for Chicago. The game plan was magnificent, and the execution was perfect as well. One thing I want to touch on after the final of this game was the best play of the game, and that was this. The flea flicker to rookie Luther Burden. Absolutely phenomenal play. The pitch back from Swift was a little bit wobbly and a little bit high. I was a little bit worried as I saw that go back, but Caleb absolutely stuck in that pocket. He saw he had a man downfield and threw an absolute seed, 65 yards, right to Luther Burden. Had a phenomenal catch, great tracking from Luther Burden on his first TD catch of his career, and then took that up the sideline for 6. Phenomenal play. We're getting into more of those trick plays. We saw a couple more of those as the game progressed. And when you're confident, when you're kind of rolling on offense, when you have that confidence against the other team in your matchups, you can start to do these things. And Ben Johnson had that planned out, and they executed it perfectly. So the flea flicker was by far the play of the game. Great to see Luther Burden getting in action. Also, Loveland as well. It was great to see him get in the action. He did go down after that first quarter, I think with a hip injury. We'll see how that kind of goes there. But they did get the tight ends more involved. I thought that was perfect. They had mismatches all day. Kmet got a touchdown as well, and some nice catches out of that group. So just confirming more here with Caleb's play and the way that he did. Robert Griffin kind of dropped this tweet, among others, during the game. And I was just talking about how Caleb Williams haters are real quiet. Now, obviously, the Cowboys don't have, the best defense in the world. It's bottom just like ours is in terms of the numbers and everything like that. But they had a game plan. Caleb played in structure and just absolutely throttled them from start to finish. There really wasn't any, stalled situations other than those stupid drive-killing penalties that we keep running into, or runs that go negative 2 yards on first down. And even with that, Caleb and the offense really kind of rebounded on some of those. Even in that goal-to-go situation there towards the end when they put the back-breaking touchdown on there to DJ Moore in the back of the end zone, they were behind there as well with that Monungai minus 8-yard run there, and still kind of stuck with it, stayed with the program, stayed with the script there, and dotted it in for another touchdown. Caleb Williams was fantastic. I think everybody can cool off if you did have questions about how he was playing. Those were 2 divisional opponents in the first 2 weeks. Phenomenal defenses. As you saw with the Vikings today, they put up darn near a 50-burger against the Bengals, and most of those points came from their defense. Obviously, their defense is incredible. The Lions' defense is obviously stingy, and they know Ben more than anybody. And even then, last week, the offense played pretty well. It was just, obviously too little, too late, and just too little in general when they're, scoring 50-plus points. So, phenomenal game by the offense. Caleb was fantastic. He made a bunch of incredible throws. Now we just look for him to keep that confidence going, keep rolling, and just be more in tune with his throws as we go forward, because obviously he knows that he can make them, right? If he sees an open guy, trust it, dart it in. You got the weapons, you got the receivers, and we're going to keep that going. Now, are you going to throw for 300 yards and 4 touchdowns every game? Absolutely not. That is not expected. We just need to have the offense running smoothly. My favorite part of the game was that 10-minute drive that we had to score. I mean, it was phenomenal. We ran it 11 times in a row. We were moving the ball down the field. We had a little bit of Monunga, a little bit of Swift. We tired down their defense and then put the hammer down, throat on neck at the end of the game there, and punched it in. That's what we need more of, right? I don't really care about the stats every game. Obviously, it's amazing to see things like this happen, and Caleb have games like this every now and again. It just brings up that confidence and that swagger that we kind of need. And obviously, Ben's going to be more confident in giving him more of the playbook as well. So phenomenal game. Great job. The one thing, guys, that I don't want to overlook here was the defense and this man right here, Tremaine Edmunds. Going into this game, I 100% thought that the Bears defense was going to give up 30 points no matter what. No questions asked. I thought they were going to give up 30 points. I thought Dak was going to cook the entire time. And at the beginning, it kind of looked like that, right? They were getting gashed in the run game pretty much all day. Kind of some missed assignments here and there, missed tackles, just kind of getting ran over. But guess what the Bears did? They played bend, don't break defense. They let the Cowboys kind of stay in, drive it down the field, and then they put the hammer down. They got turnovers when it mattered most. Tremaine Edmunds, phenomenal day out of the linebacker spot with TJ Edwards out today. Had 2 interceptions. As we were recording this, Kevin Byard also got a pick on Cowboys quarterback Joe Milton to end the game there. So that's 3 picks on the day. That forced fumble there in that first drive by Tyreek Stevenson brings that total to 4 turnovers today. And they came in important moments as well. This defense is not going to be great all year, okay? The personnel, the injuries, everything like that is kind of just not in the Bears' favor. But if they can play that bend, don't break defense and get those big turnovers and those big plays when they need them, that is absolutely paramount to be successful the rest of this year. They only give up 14 points in this game. If you told me that before this game, I would have said absolutely no way. You are lying that we only gave up 14 points in this game. Again, Tremaine Edmunds, beautiful game. We had a couple sacks as well. Montez Sweat finally got home on a big one. He had some more pressures today. Phenomenal job by him, and he actually got into the stat sheet and got a sack as well in a big moment. And that's kind of what we talked about in the last video, our last couple of videos, that Montez Sweat has been playing a little bit better than maybe we had thought, but not nearly as good enough to hold up to his contract and what that demands and what he's getting paid. So we need to start seeing that actually amount to sacks and big plays on the field. So phenomenal job by Montez Sweat, Tremaine Edmunds, Kevin Byard, Tyreek Stevenson for hanging in there and just kind of making a play, even though he's not great in coverage. He makes mistakes, things like that, but he kept his head in it and he made some plays when they needed him. And this defense surrounded themselves, stayed as a team, and they made the big plays when they needed them. Absolutely phenomenal game. 14 points allowed against the Dallas Cowboys, who are going to be a top 10 offense throughout this entire year. I don't have any questions about that. So that is amazing any way you slice it in that way there. So just going back to the beginning, 31-14 final for the Bears. They absolutely needed this for the confidence, for kind of relieving some of the pressure. One of those games where this team is more closely aligned with us or the Bears. So in that case, you got to take that. You got to take that win at home when you got it. And there you go. That is a W for the Bears. First one of the year. Again, let me know your reactions down below. Couldn't be happier. This is something that we needed. Now we got the Raiders on tap next week. That is a potential opportunity to go 2-2 heading into the bye. And that would put you in a great spot for the rest of the year and getting a plan going forward. So, ladies and gentlemen, Bears win 31-14. Let me know what you guys thought down below. As always, bear down.